Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Ball with me, Collie. This week I'm joined by Connor. Connor, what's so funny?
I could just see you higher and lowering your volume.
Oh, that's not me. That's Paddy.
Oh my god! Like right now, like since that's over now, there's cats screaming, there's car alarms going off, there's babies crying all around the estate.
The glasses are shattering. Yeah,
it's like a bomb going off.
Yeah. So joined by Connor and Paddy are here. Also, what's the crack, Paddy?
Yo.
We are watching the Manchester City versus Real Madrid match, the first leg of the semi-final.
Oh,
already! Oh my god! Sorry, we might be about a minute or so behind, but 1 minute and 39 seconds. It's 1-0 to City. De Bruyne just scored a header. Never thought I'd say that. I don't think I've ever seen him scoring a header.
Shit, now.
Unbelievable. 1 minute and 40. Jesus Christ, what a way to start. Couldn't even get the intro through.
Look, they went down against Chelsea and they came back, so it's not over yet.
I don't know. Yeah, Ben's was too good for it.
Till Gail Platt sings.
Lads, we're going to be talking about all the Prem games that's going to happen on this weekend as well.
Paddy's finished the Prem.
Paddy hates the Premier League. He does now. We're going to just be chatting a little bit about them, but we are going to be watching the match. That's a great goal, lads. Is he offside?
No,
he's well on. They showed his side angle earlier, yeah.
Delighted for Courtois. You should have saved that, the stupid fucking scarecrow prick. Lads, we'll jump straight into it, I suppose. We need to talk about some Prem games. First, we're going to look. Oh wait, hold on. Do you know what? I haven't used the graphic in a while. Let's get the old graphic up. Took too much tea there.
I haven't missed the graphics anyway.
Sorry, that's a D. Lads, first game up. Newcastle and Liverpool. Connor, I put it in the little description of this week's podcast, and I want to get your thoughts on what's your percentage of expectation of Liverpool to win the league? Like, how much do you think there is a chance that they're going to win it? Don't say 50-50.
No, it's not. It's still in City's favour, obviously, because they're the ones who have to slip up. And there's only maybe one team in City's run-in that I could see potentially being a banana skin, and that's West Ham. Mm-hmm. Other than that, they have Newcastle obviously as well the following week. I don't really see anyone else in there causing too many issues to that City side. So I would say it's 70-30 weighted in City's favour. But there's still, all they need to do is drop a point. I don't think Liverpool will drop a point for the run-in.
And you think he'll beat Spurs? You think he'll beat Spurs?
Yeah, he's out.
Don't know about that one.
But I think we said it early in the season. I thought that whoever won the game between the two sides at the start of March will go on with it. Obviously, nobody won, but City were in the driving seat. So obviously, they're 1-0 up after a minute and a half. You just can't see them.
For anyone watching as well, respect the fucking captain's armband that I'm wearing. Just for the record, in case anybody didn't see that. If anybody is watching as well on YouTube, Facebook, make sure you follow, subscribe, like, and tell your mates, because we're probably the best Irish podcast you'll ever get. Don't care what anyone says. So what's your thoughts on this one against Newcastle? How do you think this one's going to go for you? Think an easy win?
I think it'd be tricky enough. I think they'll kind of play the game similar to Everton played at the weekend, which was frustrating for obviously 65-70 minutes. But yeah, I think they have enough quality anyway to get the result in the end. So I'm going to say 3-1 to Liverpool. I could see them conceding. I could see them conceding first actually in this and then coming back. And I will back Luis Diaz.
Ooh.
I think he'll get a run.
What a player he's been, by the way.
Oh, Ederson is all over the kip in the last couple of weeks.
What is wrong with him? Is he trying too hard?
I don't know if he touches the ball enough. He's just one of these fellas who goes into the fucking fantasy world.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this is an end-to-end game so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I think there could be a good few goals in this one, lads. We never went through we never got to go through the starting lineups because literally we were in the middle of the intro and there was a goal. So, I mean, we'll have to go through them in a few minutes. So you're saying what, 3-1 and Diaz to score?
3-1 Diaz after his ridiculous touch at the weekend for no reason. The little back heel.
That was disgusting. That was like outrage. There was no need for it.
Also, the best thing was Alisson taking the piss out of Jordan Pickford in the last minute as well.
Brilliant, and he deserved it as well.
And it's the fact that it was like 30 seconds had gone by since he caught it and just like Twig was like, oh yeah, fuck, he just fell off. Unreal.
It was fucking deadly. Paddy, what do you think of this one? And what do you think are Liverpool's chances of winning the league compared to City's?
I'd say it's more 40-60.
Right.
I'd say it's a bit closer for Liverpool to win. But I do think they will both drop some points. I think Liverpool will drop points either this weekend or against Tottenham, and I think City will drop some points against West Ham. Because West Ham will be raging after the way they lost to Chelsea the weekend.
Yeah.
So they won't want anything like that to happen again. And you could see they were solid against one of the top teams. So they're capable of taking points. For this weekend, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I'm going to say there's going to be goals from both sides. Newcastle just won 3-0 last weekend. So I'm going to go with Joelinton to score first.
Do you know what I think? I think Newcastle are kind of like, you know the way we get to this stage, and I always say that thing where like, oh, this team has nothing to play for. I think that Newcastle just still have so much to play for. I feel like every single player is trying to play for a place next season. And I think that's why they're going to be more difficult to beat coming into the last few games, because usually for a team that, look, let's be honest, they're pretty much safe now at this stage.
They're up to ninth.
Yeah, and like usually you'd see people like just drifting off and just fucking being in holiday mode, but I think they're all playing for their spot next season. So
they've only lost one in the last 5.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad return.
A good run. Yeah,
I think this one could be a tricky one for Liverpool, but I do think they will win it narrowly. I'm gonna say 2-1 to Liverpool, and I'm gonna go with Mane because he's been very good. Will we run through, lads, before we jump on to the next game? Will we just run through really quickly the starting lineups? Because we never got a chance to do it at the start. So City have Ederson in goal. Like on this graphic I'm looking at, it says they've got John Stones playing right back. Is that right? Is he actually in the right back position?
Him or Laporte, surely.
Yeah, but like Laporte's left-footed, so I wouldn't have thought he'd be there. Ruben Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko. Then in midfield, they have Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. Then they've got Mahrez, Jesus, and Foden. Lads, what about Jesus?
I can see John Stones stepping out there right full. So
yeah, fair enough. What about Jesus? There's massive talk of him leaving this summer. And Arsenal are one of the favourites to pick him up. Think that'd be a good sign for Arsenal?
Great sign.
He's a quality player, isn't he?
Anti-footballer.
Yeah. Like, but he's not going because City want him to go. He's going because he wants to go. Because he doesn't get enough games. You know, and that's
comes in.
And if City don't want to lose him, it proves he's a player of City's caliber, which is world class. So any team that gets him will be lucky.
Look, like you were saying there, Conor, about Haaland coming in. Still, again, it's all kind of hearsay, as they would say in the Johnny Depp trial.
That sounds like someone who's sweating for him at Chelsea still.
I'm still praying. I'm just like, please sell the club and free up 75 million to at least give him the opportunity to come to us. Like, but what do you think of City next season if they do get Haaland? Kind of, what do you think? Do you think he'll fit into Pep's system?
I mean, he's not going to be an outcast, but does it strengthen them?
2-0.
It's 2-0 to Man City. And the man we were just talking about, Jesus.
Jesus, scoring from across.
He nailed that one on. Nailed on. I should have said it better than that. Ruined it. Yeah. Fuck. So 2-0 to City. That was unreal. Like, I wasn't expecting that in the first 10 minutes.
Real Madrid are a pushover side anyway. I don't know how they got that far.
Ancelotti's not happy. His eyebrows up higher than ever. His one single eyebrow is up very high. I was wondering what the fuck's going on here.
Really, let's say if you can smell what Ancelotti's cooking.
So I want to see what happened here, because did the defender make a fuck up, or was it a good touch by Jesus? Onside, well onside.
Oh, was he off?
It's a good touch by Jesus. He gets a little bit lucky, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's the Laba, is it? He was caught sleeping in his Laba.
Hey, go on, lads. That's a great goal. Got a little bit lucky, but look, you fucking take them. Haaland going to City. Sorry, Conor, what do you think? He suits it or no?
He's not going to make them weaker. I don't think he's going to make them this infinitely stronger. So I think what they have at the moment with now centre forward works for them. It kind of gives them that fluidity where they can chop and change. If Jesus wants to float out wide, he can float out wide and Foden can come through the centre, or Silva can come through the centre, or whatever it is. I don't think you get that same flexibility with Haaland, but obviously you get an out-and-out goal scorer and a fella who's just there to score goals, put the ball in the net. So it'll be strange to see him how they fit him in. Did you see the likes of Foden still getting as much game time as he does at the moment? But yeah, they're still going to be strong anyway, did they get him or not. They're still going to be the side to beat next season.
Yeah, Paddy, what do you think about that Haaland going? Do you think he fits into that Pep system?
I think,
and that Pep team, I suppose. Like I know Pep has a system, but he's also got that core team. Like, do you think he fits into that? Like, 'cause they've played the majority of the season without a number 9, and they don't really like everyone they slotted into that number 9 role. Kind of just always scored. Like there was always someone there to score, whether it be De Bruyne even sitting in, or it be Mahrez, or it be fucking even Foden, or someone, whoever was sat up front. They always got a goal. Like, so is he going to be someone that's really going to get fed the ball, the opportunities to score? Or do you reckon he'll have to kind of drop deep and get balls? Like,
I'm surprised Pep wants him, to be quite honest with you. And like he's not a Pep type of player in terms of, I remember Ibrahimovic at Barcelona, similar styles of play, and they just ended up falling out because he just didn't fit into the system that he wanted to play. I think he might be a good impact player next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Off the bench.
I'm not having that one. That's
of course, he'll be a machine. Like if you look at this, I was looking at Monday Night Football. I was actually looking at a video from it tonight with Jamie Carragher doing analysis on the strengths and weaknesses of Man City and the run-in, the whole shebang. And one of City's weaknesses compared to Liverpool is the goals that they scored, and he will fill that gap. There's still not a massive amount in it. But Liverpool did definitely have the edge in the analysis, and I think Haaland will bridge that gap.
Yeah.
So God help everyone next season.
Comment in there from Sibonello Sibia. Love the name. How are you guys? Yeah, we're good. How are you? So yeah,
how you doing?
I really think that if City get Haaland, they're gonna be a massive fucking threat. Like I actually think like
a massive threat. They're top of the league. They're tuning up in the Champions League semi-final after 10 minutes.
No, I mean it's a massive threat to like kind of destroying the league, and like Liverpool. Like I don't think Liverpool will be as close if they were to get him. Like I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because he will bring so much, or else I don't know how like he's gonna change the whole way that City play. And it could turn it to the next level, which at this stage, is there even a fucking another level you can go for?
Then he might come in and it might take him a season to settle in as well. You know, you mightn't hit the ground running straight away.
Yeah, it is true. And we've seen it.
What touch that is.
Oh, good ball. Jesus Christ. These are getting peppered. Foden, I tell you what, Foden is unbelievable. What a player.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, was it 3 years ago? He said, or Pep said he's as good as Messi or something like that. And everyone was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I know he's not as good as Messi, but he's very good. He's not as good as Messi. I mean, what the fuck were you talking about? But he is very good. Like, he's definitely the best youngster in England, I think.
Mason Greenwood is up there.
Rapist. Sorry. So, lads, obviously, Newcastle and Liverpool, I've given me prediction 2-1. I think I have to go through the Real Madrid team because we've done the Manchester City team.
And then they scored.
And then they scored. So we can't get a clean run on anything. And every time we try to do something, someone scores. So the Real Madrid lineup is Thibaut Courtois on goal.
Yay!
Mendy left full, Alaba centre half, Militao centre half, Caraval right full, Valverde, Toni Kroos, Modric, and then we have Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Kareem the Dream up top.
Did you read the left full before the right full?
Yeah.
That's weird.
He's number 3. Oh yeah, he'd be number 2, wouldn't he?
Number 2 is Danny Carvajal.
I just read left to right, regardless of what. Why?
You'd always go like goalkeeper, right back across.
I don't know about I don't know.
Right full is always number 2.
I know, but like, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Sorry, I was looking at the table and he said Mendy.
Captain called it. Hold on, captain rules here, and the captain says left back first.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry, I thought Ederson was after just rolling it out from there. No, I'd always go left back first. Oh, chance for Madrid. No, it's embarrassing. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Leave me alone. Right, lads, we're moving on to the next Prem game. So we have Aston Villa against Norwich. Yeah, absolute snooze fest. Connor, what do you reckon on this one?
2 brutal sides at the moment. And Norwich they're not mathematically gone, I suppose, but surely no one in Norwich thinks they're going to stay up at this stage. And Villa have kind of dragged themselves into a bit of a dogfight now as well. They're not. I'm sure like 10 games ago, 12 games ago, they would have been laughing at Newcastle saying that they're a dogfight and Villa weren't, and now it's flipped around completely on its head. Villa need a couple of results just to try stop any chance of it. They're 2 points ahead of Leeds when they have a game in hand, but it's a little bit iffy from Steven Gerrard when he took over and he'd won his first 5 out of 6 games or whatever.
It was too good to be true, wasn't it?
It's that honeymoon period kind of thing, but he definitely needs to get a couple of results together. And they had a tough run of games recently enough. Norwich.
Can I ask you? Right, I want to touch on the whole Gerrard Aston Villa thing, because obviously being a Liverpool fan, look, I suppose every Liverpool fan's dream is that Gerrard becomes a great manager and goes to Liverpool and manages in Liverpool for the next couple of years. How do you see his time over the next 2 or 3 years going at Villa? So look, obviously we know what he's done this season. Like I said, like you said there, like he had a good start and then kind of dropped off a little bit. Can he keep a lot of them players, and can he bring anything else in to strengthen that team? And what do you think he will be able to do with it? Because the likes of Ollie Watkins, who else have we got? I don't know. Cash is probably one of them that people may go for. Like, there's a couple of players there that could potentially be a target for, I suppose, a top 6 team, you'd have to call it.
And Ramsey will also be another one where a young British
Ramsey,
he's going to be on. I suppose about what did Gerrard sell the players in regards to like the dream wise or where they're looking to go. I'm sure they would have been expecting to finish higher than whatever they are, 15 or 16 at the moment. And if they finish there, they won't be happy. But if you can sell them some kind of push for top 8 next year, I'm sure you'll get most of them to stick around. But depends if a fucking big club comes knocking. I can't see someone big coming in for the likes of Ollie Watkins. He's not a big 6 player, I don't think. Not yet, anyway.
I don't
know. Jesus Christ.
Real Madrid putting themselves under serious pressure there. Courtois saving a corner.
Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was obviously on him to do well, but I think I said it last week that if he doesn't get the job on who he is, he has to get the job on the merit of being a good manager. So if he has a stink in 2 years and Klopp finishes, it's not a case of Gerrard just takes over by default no matter what happens. He still has to. Well, I would want him anyway to prove himself as a manager at the top level beforehand.
Yeah, and it is always that thing like we always touch on is the manager, like the dream is like obviously Lampard at Chelsea was the dream for a Chelsea fan, like, and that's obviously the dream for a Liverpool fan is Gerrard to be there and be successful. But like you're right in saying that like he doesn't get it on just merit. He has to prove it at another club. Like, and obviously Aston Villa is a tough task because what is really expected of Villa? Like, we probably would say that they're guaranteed to stay up, but what is a successful season for Villa? Are you talking 7 to 8 to be challenging that spot, or do you want them? They're not going to get into the Europa. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think they have the quality to do it. So what is a successful
being there for the next 2 seasons? But if we look at their last 5 games, they've lost 4 and drawn 1. So if that form doesn't turn quickly, he'll be out before the Christmas break next season.
Do you think so?
Yeah, if that form continues, absolutely.
So obviously he's going to get his own transfer window, and he's going to get his chance to sign a few players. Look, we've seen what he's done already with the likes of Coutinho coming back. Like, that was an unbelievable signing. A bit of a gamble as well at the same time, because here we go. Oh no, he's all right. A bit of a gamble at the same time, but we all knew that Coutinho had the quality. Like, so he's gonna have a little bit of a pull with certain players. So can he get a couple more in? Like, can Coutinho get a couple more in? Like, do you know what I mean? Because they're gonna have them little links.
I think he's gonna have to try going Rangers, and I think that's all he's got really going for him. Yeah, he obviously. Players he played with at Liverpool are going to be coming to the end of their time anyway. So there's not much that he can lean on there.
Would Origi go to Villa?
he's already looking to go back to. He's gone back to France.
Milan,
he's going to Spain. Yeah, he's already gone. Basically, he's already out in the summer, pretty much.
Right. Maybe he goes sign up for them though.
He would be, yeah. Especially when they play against Everton, just bring him on.
Yeah.
But
just a quick one for anyone that is watching, if you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, just make sure you hit subscribe and follow us, because we'll be doing a lot more of these watch-alongs and loads of other shit over the next couple of months. Sorry, Connor, just jump across here.
Cheers. I don't even know what I was saying.
Good. So look, lads, what way do we see this one going? Obviously Norwich, the yo-yo club that go down and come back up every season, just for seems like they do it on purpose. Delia just fucking loves a bit of cashola.
Delia loves going down. You've heard it here first.
Delia Smith loves going down. Spread it. So, lads, what are we saying score-wise? Like she did. What are we saying score-wise on this one, Paddy?
1-0 to Villa and Coutinho to score.
Ooh, nice one. Connor?
2-0 Villa, Ramsey.
I'm going 3-0, lads, and I'm gonna say I'm going 3-0 Norwich. And now I'm gonna say that's an unbelievable pass there from Ederson. I know it was just so basic, but it was just so good.
20-yard one, or you ahead of me? Or?
It was literally a 10-yard pass out, but it was just like it just opened up the whole game, like out to the CDM. I'm going 3-0 to Aston Villa, and I'm going to say Ollie Watkins to score two goals. Lads, we're moving on to the next one. Southampton and Crystal Palace. Paddy, what is your thoughts on this shambolic fixture? There's a couple absolute stinkers, and this is, in my opinion, probably one of them.
Yeah, Southampton didn't have a great result last. Palace drew. It's just a bit of a bore fest. I haven't got much to say on either team, except that Vieira could be gone at the end of the season. He seems to have done a good job considering how bad Palace were before the start of the season, how many players they were losing. Beat City twice.
I thought you were saying he was going to get sacked and he's like gone at the end of the season. They've been doing well, and I was so confused.
I think a club might come in for Vieira. I think he's impressed this season with what he's done there. But for this game here, I'm gonna go.
Sorry, are you saying Arsenal are going to come in for him? Oh, hello, City, you made a massive fuck up here.
Oh my God! Is it the post?
No, it's okay. It's all right. It's offside. It's offside. In the post, but it's offside. And you fucking hell.
Arsenal? No, I don't think. Arteta will get another season.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you had said Arsenal are going to come in from. Do you think a bigger club are going to come in from?
No. But I'm going to go for a Palace win here. I'm going to go for 1-0. I'm going to go for Zaha to win, to score.
To win. Connor, what do you think? Do you agree? Sorry, do you agree with Paddy on somebody coming in for Patrick Vieira?
If someone was free and looking for a manager, yeah, he'd probably be worth a shout. But again, I can see him sticking around for another year or so and seeing what he can do.
3-on-1 here. 3-on-1.
He's missed it.
Absolutely missed. Absolute sir. Mahrez on his right foot.
Oh, he's gone mad. He should have squared it.
Yeah. It was never the best option, was it? Especially he's on his right foot.
He won't be playing next game.
Kevin De Bruyne again, though, just just unbelievable work from him.
Oh, square! Look at it! Look, he's open with De Bruyne. Oh my god! Or who was that?
I have to give props to the defender there. He actually blocked off that angle to the pass quite well there. I have to give props to him.
That's his job.
Pep's going to circumcise him at halftime.
Sorry, Connor. Yeah, sorry. So, do you think it would be a Prem team that would come in for him, or do you think it'd be like the likes of a Marseille or a Lyon or something like that?
I could see him wanting to stay in the Prem, so I don't think he's in a rush to go anywhere. Again, it's probably another one where as long as he keeps Palace up next season, it's job done. He can tick it off the list. But I can see him keeping himself free then for one of those maybe like those 6th place teams. Maybe if one of them came free for a manager, maybe like Wolves or something who was challenging. But other than that, he's comfortable where he is. He seems happy where he is. I can't see him going anywhere else until a big job came up. And
if Everton stay up, he might get the Everton job.
There's actually a magnificent manager in there at the moment. There's a world-class manager. We will be talking about him in a while because, I'm just going to pop it up on the screen here, lads. Oh, hello. Chelsea doing Everton a favour. So, swings and roundabouts. We look after Frank. He looked after us. And then we fucking sacked him. Like pigs.
He looked after him all right with a P45.
Looked after him with a fucking couple of million as he fucking walked out the door. So Connor, actually, Zaha, talk to me about Zaha. Is he past the point of getting a big move now? Does he even deserve a big move?
What constitutes a big move to you? Top 4?
No,
he could still go to United, so the big move's probably gone, but he could still go to
United. Just to a club of a big stature. Doesn't have to be necessarily top 5, top 6. And it doesn't have to be necessarily the Prem either, because he may want to move away from it. Like Roma, the likes of Roma or something like that, where Mourinho is. Ederson would be a
big move though.
Christ. Yeah, but if you hold on a second, City are causing their own problems here, but defending very well. At the same time, giving it away, but defending well. Roma.
Giving it away, or Real Madrid pressing well? I think Real Madrid are pressing well.
I would say giving it away.
I would say Man City are depressed.
Here's another chance.
Here's a goal.
Oh, what a ball from Kevin De Bruyne. Foden just passed the right hand post. That was
it should be
what
4
a
up.
ball. What a ball from fucking Kevin De Bruyne there. Watch this.
Kevin De Bruyne. It's strange.
Come on. Chelsea shouldn't have got rid of him. Just saying. Or Salah. Or everyone else. That was good. Getting back to Zaha. A big move to me is not necessarily someone that has to be in the top 4, but just to a club of a certain stature. So in my opinion, the likes of Roma, Arsenal aren't really big club.
I don't think Arsenal don't need an out-and-out winger anymore. I think what they have there, unless obviously there's rumours about Saka leaving. If Saka left, I could see Zaha stepping in and filling that role. But I think there's not many clubs out there that are high level that are sweating for a wide player now. Spurs sorted out their issues really with Son. If they keep your man on, Kulusevski, Bergwijn. Jesus.
Madrid nearly scored a header.
There was a time about 4 years ago where every club needed a winger, and that's when his price went up. And I just don't think there's that need anymore.
There was always
very missed the boat.
It was always the most sought after position, wasn't it? That out and out winger. But now you kind of want the number 10. The number 10 is nearly the most effective position on the pitch, or actually a CDM, a defensive midfielder. The two of them are now with the modern day. I think are probably the two of the most important roles, rather than an out and out winger, because all your wingers cut inside now. When do you ever really see a winger going down the line and crossing the ball in? It rarely happens anymore. The role has changed. So in my opinion,
fullbacks are doing the old winger role now instead.
They are. The
good comment in there, Collie.
Yeah, sorry, I'll pull it up on the screen now. Andy McNulty says Zaha reacts like he's just discovered tackling for the very first time. The disgust and shock on his face when anyone goes near him. It is actually true. He's a great player, but he's probably better being a big fish. That's true because that's one thing I always notice with him when he gets tackled. He always looks up and he's like, the eyes wide open. He's like, as if like he's looking at himself. What the fuck was that? Like,
that's brilliant. That's brilliant analysis there. You should be on Sky Sports, Andy. Fair play. That's very good.
I'll encourage him. He'll fucking try.
So we're saying that Zaha has missed the boat on a big move.
I think so.
Yeah, really
maybe
big.
Not
Big, bigger than Palace. Yeah, bigger than Palace. He could definitely get a move.
Yeah, I still think someone will still splash 30-40 million on him.
Yeah,
but Liverpool, City, Chelsea aren't going to. I don't think
we'll talk about Chelsea now in a minute. They're not in the same league. They're not in the same league.
Don't get to talking about my team. We have United to come up as well. Lads, I'm gonna go with one.
This is great. This is
gotta be more than a few minutes. Southampton versus Palace, lads. I'm going with a 1-1 draw, and I'm going to say Ward-Prowse to score. I think he got
I was going to say the exact same one. 1-1 Ward-Prowse.
Did I not get your score?
Uh,
No, you didn't ask me. You just kept putting across, telling everyone to subscribe.
If he scores another few free kicks or something, David Beckham's going to give him a hand job.
Touches goals and balls.
I was going to bender like Beckham. Sorry. Sorry, Connor. So did you give me a score prediction?
No, because I was going to say 1-1 with Ward-Prowse. So I'm going to say that.
Paddy, did you give me one?
Yes, I said 1-0 to Villa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but we see Paddy. We moved on to another game now.
Goal! Benzema!
Paddy! Paddy just ruined it on us.
Paddy's ruined everything.
We're in the dream with a fucking...
Oh, yeah. No, he said Zaha. 1-0 Zaha. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, right. Fucking hell. Heaven's not happy sipping the water. Oh, my God. Absolute mayhem that was. Right, hold on. Let me analyze this goal.
Oh.
Got to be stronger on that tackle there. Is that Rodri, was it? Onside. Lads, that is an outrageous finish. How does he do that? Chelsea need to sign him. Oh, it's just so sexy. Posting in. Oh, that's disgusting, that finishes. Right, we're moving on to the next game, lads. The mouth is watering at this fixture. The mouth is absolutely watering at this fixture. I don't know if I can contain it. Lads, Watford and Burnley. Probably the shittest fixture of the season. Do you know what, actually? This actually probably isn't the shittest fixture of the season, considering what's going on down there. Paddy, what way do you see this one going? Do you think this will be relegation? Whoever loses?
That's a bit, if someone does win, it could be a draw. Yeah. But I do see Burnley winning because they've been on a good run now. A bit of a good run. Decent, not good, but average, okay.
At the same time, fuck Burnley for sacking Sean Dyche.
But it seems to be doing the job. Something's changed.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, sometimes it's just you want a reaction before the end of the season because you don't want to go down, and like you're talking about multi millions of euros, like, so you can't kind
apparently he got a fucking is it a 10 million payout or something when he was pictured on the fucking piss the week after he got sacked. He got sacked on Thursday. He was out on the piss on the Saturday, absolutely slaughtered on the town. What a fucking
terror he was.
Yeah, classic. What a legend! Like,
will Everton get sucked in? Everton still have a game in hand over Burnley. But if Burnley keep winning, do I see? I'd see Burnley winning more points than Everton before the end of the season. So I think Everton will go down. Watford now, I think, they'll be gone as well. So, and Norwich. So I think Burnley will be safe. But with this game here, I'm going to go for 1-0, and I'm going to go Rodriguez to score.
Okay, Connor, what's your thoughts on this one?
Boring out the fair. I'm going to say 1-1. And
do you know what? I think I gave this a fucking bad rap coming in. I think this actually could be a great game. Just for what it means, like.
Yeah.
Because we're doing a watch along, we have like 2 hours of content to fill. We just look at this game and go, 0-0, whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now we have to do like proper analysis and all. I'm expecting screens where I have to move little like figures around and all.
Hold on a second, just move that. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna move this, Paddy, right? Just move it over there. I'm gonna move that back because that was weird. So Connor, sorry, what did you say? 1-0 to Burnley, was it?
1-1.
Oh, 1-1, okay. Lads, I'm gonna go with a 1-0 win for Burnley. I think Paddy, you said it. I'm gonna go with an OG. I just think it'll be. I just don't think anyone's gonna score.
That's a real water answer because you can't name a Burnley player.
Well, I mean, I could go Tarkowski with an overhead. I mean, if I was going water, I'd be saying there's going to be a throw in on the 16th minute. It's going to get thrown in. There's going to be an indirect free kick. It's going to be laid back, and there's going to be a goal from it. That would be how accurate water goes there. Lads, we're moving on to the next one. Wolves and Brighton again. Absolutely shy fixtures this week. Connor, nothing to play for really for both of these teams. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I thought Wolves had a little bit maybe to try to get into the what you call it, the Europa Conference League.
I suppose I've kind of just wrote that off, yeah.
But they've been fucking brutal in the last couple of weeks. And they're just, you watch them and I can't think of where goals are going to come from. They're like, the only thing is you're looking at maybe coming from deep a little bit more with like Don Decker or something. But other than that, they've been so poor. The last time I was on here and I said that Brighton were poor, they went on and beat Arsenal and Spurs in the same week. So I'm not fucking saying that again. So yeah, nothing game. I'm gonna say 1-1.
Oh, but look, you just gave me shit for saying this was a nothing game, and then you just went, "It's a nothing game." Yeah,
no, but again, it is nothing game. You're right. You said fixtures are shit this week. They are shit this week. Neither of them are playing for them. They're both safe. I said I thought Wolves would have been challenging, but the last 2 weeks they've fallen apart.
They have a game in hand, though. Don't forget the game in hand, because if they're 3 points behind West Ham, they have a game in hand over them.
To play against each other as well, don't they?
Ooh, spicy. That'll be a spicy one.
Spicy as they fight not to get conference football.
Yeah, neither of them want it. So it's like the episode of South Park where they tried to lose in the baseball.
Yeah,
they don't want to play anymore.
But I don't think someone like Wolves would survive at that level with regards to like squad depth and stuff. Yeah, they'd be happy to be there, but if you go through like the qualifier games for first and then you have to get into a fucking group stage, like I'm sure they'd either want to win it or they'd want out of it quickly. They don't want to get to like the last 16 and be fucking dragged through that in March trying to fucking compete in the league as well.
Do you know what? I probably would have said they would have been all right if Nuno was there a couple of years back when they had a very good squad. Like I said, I probably would have said like they may have gotten away with it then, but they've lost a lot of players since, and obviously Nuno as well. So, I don't think they'd last pissing time really with all them fixtures, like in terms of squad depth, as they're saying. Like,
yeah, no, it's like if you look back on like the Jota and Raul Jimenez before he fractured his skull, like Giammattino and stuff like it. Yeah, it was a different Rui Patricio and goal. It was a different side, but just not that. I can't see where goals are going to come from them for the running. Like, so I said, I'll go 1-1. Who I'm like at the moment, he's stepped up again, is Danny Welbeck. So I'm going to back Welbeck to score. He's been playing well. He hasn't scored that many. I think he scored 3 in his last 4 or something. Before that, he was obviously struggling, but he's actually playing better now as well. He's getting involved in play. He's playing a little bit deeper. So 1-1, I'll back Welbeck.
Nice one. In fairness to Welbeck, he actually does work hard, doesn't he? Like for someone that's like not the best striker in the world, like he does put in a bit of work as well. So, that's going to a credit to him. Paddy, how do you see this one going?
I think Wolves will get the win.
Villa 1-0 Coutinho.
Wolves 1-0 and Jimenez to score.
Yeah, lads, I'm gonna go with like I said, I don't think Brighton concede a lot of goals. And I think this will be the same, especially with the Wolves team kind of struggling to get goals and to see where they're going to come from. I'm going to say I'm actually going to say 1-1 because I do think they will score. I do think they will concede.
Brighton have conceded 5 in the last 2.
Who did he play? There were 2 top teams already. City.
Southampton.
And who was the other one?
City, yeah.
And when did he score? What score was City?
3-0.
Well, look, come on. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, give us a break. So I got 1-1. I'm going to say Mopay to score. Lads, on to the next one. Decent one. Finally, we get a half decent one. Leeds and Man City. Lads, look, obviously, fucking Leeds turned into a bit of a shit show, sacking Bielsa, and now they have your man in who is fucking basically Ted Lasso. What's your thoughts? Is he going to be there for next season? He hasn't signed a long-term contract, has he?
I don't think so. I think he's only taken over as caretaker.
So who do you think steps in as manager in Leeds? Who do you think are good options for Leeds there?
I think if he keeps them up, I can't see them going anywhere else except trying to at least offering them a contract where he takes or not is another thing. But
Vieira.
Like Vieira.
Here we go again.
I know, a backward step. Yeah, I can't see them if they stay up not offering him the job. They said whether he takes or whether he wants to kind of go back to Germany and fucking try to get a job there again. But if he wants it, I'm sure he'll be offered it. That was his job. That was probably his only job and his only objective. And if he gets it, why not?
It was a massive objection.
Hearsay.
Yeah. So, how do you see their squad development as well? Are they going to lose a couple of players, or do you think they're going to hold on to everybody? Like how much? How much do you think their transfer budget is also going to be there? Like,
I think there's a few key players in that squad. I think holding on to players will be as important as getting new ones in. Yeah. Obviously, you look at the likes of Rafinha and stuff.
It's going to be hard to keep him, isn't it?
Big money move. Calvin Phillips. Yeah. Who obviously been plagued with injuries this season, which won't help his stock price, but obviously sought after by the bigger clubs. I know we talked about, did Zaha leave it too late to get this big money move? I think they're the players who will look at it and to move on. So I think holding on to them will be like holding to Calvin Phillips. A fit Calvin Phillips is as good as making a new signing, I think, as long as obviously they can keep him fit and they can keep him playing week in, week out. And
what do you think about Bamford? Look, obviously this year absolutely riddled with injuries, but the year before he kind of showed a bit of class and was scoring goals. Is he somebody that they need to, I suppose, getting back, getting fit, and really focus the team around them, or do you think there's better options?
I think Bamford is going to be the one who loses out without Bielsa there, because obviously he was about work rate and working hard. Bamford was lazy until he went to working with Bielsa. Yeah. He said it himself that he wasn't fit enough.
Yeah,
he didn't value the work rate. Bielsa drove him into that mentality, and Bamford excelled with it. I think losing him, I don't know, does he lose that discipline? Does he lose that kind of drive himself? He's not being pushed by his gaffer to work as hard. And that's right. He got a lot of his goals. He probably would have got 30-40% of his goals from winning the ball high up the pitch, either winning a penalty or dishing the ball to somebody else.
And in fairness, like, although he would I'm not going to just say it was Bamford that done that, but it was a team press nearly. And
dangerous spot here. Sorry,
penalty spot.
From a dangerous spot.
Oh, he said penalty spot. I was like, that's a penalty. Yeah, so like,
no wall. There's a free kick here with no wall in the penalty spot.
Direct.
I was thinking, that was more of a Bielsa tactic that they could get with kind of Bamford pressing up high with everybody else pushing along with him. That's why it was so effective, and obviously he's had to kind of adapt now to that new manager system. It'll be interesting to see what kind of happens to him. Paddy, what's your thoughts on Leeds this season, I suppose, and coming into next season? Have you been disappointed with them this season so far?
Say that again. Sorry.
What the porn? Leeds, are you disappointed with them this season? Or?
Yeah, considering how they were last season, but I suppose they turned into one-trick ponies. That's everyone figured out how to beat them, and Bielsa, like people were saying, he was treating them fairly. I don't think he was treating them fairly. I thought he was given a lot of time.
You love sacking managers unless it's your own, Paddy, don't you?
Good team. What?
Did you love sacking managers unless it's your own?
I don't love sacking managers. What did I say
Derek
about
Carr get the finger out, he'll be gone. Bielsa had loads of chances, gone. All
They
they got is
did.
Solskjaer.
Like,
No, but the
they
culture,
were
the
getting relegated.
culture.
Once you're into relegation, like zone, you have to be getting the sack. You know, from the start.
You know, you're not far off that.
Yeah, we're not that far off Chelsea. This is what I was about to say in a while. We're not that far off Chelsea, and we're not, like, considering how bad of a season United have had. Like, what, we're 11 points behind us.
And you think Chelsea have had a great season?
Considering how bad, like, the way you go on, you think is there, yeah? Like, is there one of the big three? The big three. It's not the big three. It's the big two, and then the rest.
The big three. The European and the world champions you are talking to.
And you are sure you lost 4-0 against Arsenal or something, wasn't you?
Nah, sure, look, it's a nothing game. Our sole focus this season is FA Cup now. So we don't need these league games. Hence the Everton result. We're going to lose 2-0. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna help Frank Lampard stay up with his beloved Everton.
Tuchel has a pain in his hole with Chelsea. Lukaku was a sham.
Sorry, Paddy, we're talking about Leeds and Man City here, all right? Save it for in a few minutes. So Man City, lads, look, obviously we're watching them here playing very well. Creating their own problems, it looks like, in this match. Do you see Leeds being a problem for them? And is there going to be any fatigue, or do you think they've got well enough squad depth to kind of manage this?
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think Man City will absolutely destroy them. Yeah, I think 4-1 and De Bruyne would score.
Interesting. Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, they've got plenty in the tank to beat them. I can see Pep
plenty in the tank.
Good shots.
Simply lovely.
A bit of blinding. Bring back those videos, is what I'll say. Bring back those.
We should be able to show them on this. We should. Simply lovely.
And a bit of blinding. But I can see Pep playing or starting we're going to say a second string City side, but obviously it's second string for them, but it's still a side that will probably finish second or third in the league anyway. But starting out that way, so the game might be a little bit tight, but then obviously having the likes of probably De Bruyne, Foden, throw whoever else he wants onto the pitch, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, whatever it might be, to win the game if he needs to. You have that ability there with him. Probably a little bit tighter. I'd say 2-0 City. And yeah, I think Mahrez will start, so I'll say Mahrez.
Looking at Leeds compared to when Bielsa was there compared to now, how do you think it differs? Like, is there a massive change in tactics? Like, are they still that kind of pressing team? Because I haven't seen much of them since Bielsa's gone. Like, have they changed their style? I don't know if you've seen them.
I watched them against Palace last night, and they've definitely changed their approach, and that's the reason why there's about 4 shots on target last night in total. Okay. Like, there would have been a lead side that would have went out gung-ho against Palace, and they still might have got a draw, but it would have finished 3-0 or would have finished 4-0. They're not conceding as many, they're not scoring as many, so there's definitely been we know who we're playing against more approach. And I think they'll drop in. The Leeds this time last year wouldn't have sat in against City with 8 games left in the season, 7 games left in the season. They would have pressed them, and City would have bounced them 6-2 or 7-3 or something. I can see Leeds being a lot more compact. And if the game is 1-0, they won't step out. They'll still be in that compact shape. And that's where I think City might just nick it towards the end for a 2-0 win. But it's not going to be expansive football like Bielsa would have played against anybody.
Yeah, because that was always one thing that we always talked about anyway, was the ability or the inability to adapt to a different tactic when he was coming up against a top 6 team and just getting absolutely spanked fucking 4-5-0. And he never changed. Like, it was like fair play to him. He had this whole identity thing that everybody always talks about as a manager. He had that, but
even United last past him.
Yeah, no, even like, but my thing with this whole this manager has an identity. To me, it just seems like, they've got one tactic. That's their identity, their one tactic, and they rarely probably stray from it. That's what I think, anyway. So I'm gonna give me score prediction. I'm gonna say Man City to win, and I'm gonna say 3-1. I do think they can see it first, and then they'll spank them. And I'm gonna say De Bruyne at the score because I want to bring him into my fantasy football team, and I think I might, and take out Harry Kane because he's fucking dirt. So yeah, I hope he scores. Lads, on to the next one, the biggest fixture of the week, I think. Everton and Chelsea. Lads, obviously we spoke a little bit about Everton. Not much, but like, are they going down? Do you not think they have way too much quality to be going and playing championship football?
I think that argument left when Newcastle got relegated 10, 12 years ago. The whole too much talent to get relegated, because that's the same way they were convinced that they had too much talent to get relegated. The way they played on Sunday against Liverpool, it was like if Diego Simeone took over your local pub team and was like, we're just going to be the biggest knackers that we can be here, and we're going to try to grind out a result. And that's what it was like. And they're the first team that made Liverpool hard to watch, like very difficult to watch, because it was just so negative. Yeah. Will that grind out result for them? Because obviously it hasn't worked so far, and I don't think it's going to work again. I can see them playing the same tactic at home this time, being a little bit narky, kicking people when they need to be kicked, going down and wasting time. Like, there will be time wasting in this game from minute dot. Like, I can't see Jordan Pickford being in a rush to get rid of the ball again. But I still think that at the back is where they're so poor. You're relying on the likes of Seamus Coleman at his age, at his injury level, at his fitness level, which isn't good enough for the Premier League. You're going to be exposed. Michael Keane the same. It's just not consistent enough. Losing Luca Digne was massive yeah. to the club, not just as a defender, but obviously as like a leader, and like took over the captaincy from Coleman obviously when he got injured.
He had a bad injury though at Villa, didn't he? He came on and got injured the first game, was it?
No, he scored his first game. He was early on though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are lacking quality where they need it. Obviously, they have their injuries as well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin now.
Massive
Gylfi Sigurdsson now.
Pedo.
But yeah, no. They go down. What?
You say Gylfi Sigurdsson out for the season?
The season, yeah.
I don't think we'll ever see him again.
No, probably not.
FC maybe.
I want Burnley to go down, and I want Everton to go down, but I can't have both. I don't think, because Watford and Norwich are too far off the pace. So,
why do you want Everton to go down? Is it a Liverpool thing, or is it more Frank Lampard and you'd get to take the piss out of me thing?
I don't get to take the piss out of you. I actually wanted Everton to stay up until I saw how they played on Sunday, and it's just, if that's going to be their approach for the run-in about.
But let's be honest, right? Lampard is going to have to change tactics massively to play against a team like Liverpool. Like, they have to play. They know they're not going to win the game. I think Lampard's not stupid. He knows he wasn't going to win that game. But if you can scrape a draw, that's a great result.
Yeah, but there's been very few blowouts in the Merseyside derby over the last few years. Like, you look back on like Origi scoring in the last four games, has scored goals in the last 5 minutes in 2 of them, like to win the games. So they're not exactly blowouts anyway. Anything could happen with those games when.
Yeah, the joy of a derby, like
that's what it was, and they took it away a little bit. And I reckon if they had pressed a little bit more and had been on the front foot, like Anthony Gordon, whenever he got in behind, was causing carnage.
Yeah,
and if they had been a bit quicker to let him go, because again, we say Alexander Arnold was too high up, he wasn't defending very well, as it's happened before and will happen again.
Yeah,
they would have got more joy out of it. But the fact that they didn't even want to give the ball to the person who was causing issues was bizarre to me, and it was horrible to watch. And I've never celebrated a goal as much in my life as when Liverpool got the first, because it was just horrible. It was so horrible to watch. So fuck.
Yeah,
I would love to see them there. I'd hate to see the Merseyside derby disappear for a season.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to say there.
That would be
You'd lose
horrible. You need it. But if that's going to be the approach to try to stay in the league, is to
look. I think desperate times at the moment. I think for Everton, where that was a desperation move from Lampard, and that's genuinely all I think that was. It's just an overly cautious approach to a game he really believed he wasn't going to win. I know, like, yeah, you're saying, yeah, it is a derby, but if someone says to you, right, you can go and you can play, you can go and do what you want, fucking go and attack, go and fucking throw football or throw tackles in, you're going to probably lose that way. If you can go and be a bit more calculated and calm about it, there's probably a higher percentage.
There's nothing calm about it.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, in terms of like when you see other previous years where like fucking 2-4s flying in everywhere, like I don't think there was a need to do that. I think like do what you can. If Liverpool score, then try do something, but hold off for as long as you can.
But the diving and stuff affected them negatively. Like they should have had a penalty at the start of the second half. But because Richarlison and Gordon didn't get up off the ground for the first half, it didn't go their way. Like I'm convinced if they stay on their feet in the first half, that's a penalty. And they go 1-0 in the game. Like it is a penalty.
Do you not think VAR should be pulling that back?
I think I went to VAR, but it's one of these things that's not, I don't know, is it not clear and obvious? I don't understand how it works anymore.
So I hate this with VAR that they rarely pull stuff back really like that. And like if a ref hasn't given anything, they'll pull it back and give it straight away. I don't like that. I don't like the way they do that.
it's those ones that are subjective. I say it's a penalty, someone else says it's not a penalty. They're not going to change the on-field decision. A handball is a handball if it hits someone in the hand, or an offside is an offside if someone's offside. But I don't agree with it. I still think it's a penalty, and the referee should go have a look at it. And if he stands by his decision to say, no, it's not a penalty because X, Y, and Z, well then, fucking happy days. He's made a second decision on it. But by VAR not even saying, I think he's leaned into his back. Go have a look. Yeah, I just don't get it.
Do you think we should be allowed to hear what people on VAR, like the communications between the ref and VAR?
Maybe like not the communication.
Maybe not the very well.
Maybe not the communication, but since having this discussion not too long ago, I do think good, bad, or indifferent referees should be open for interviews after the game to come out and if he's the reason I said this is because no one wants to talk to a referee if he's they're having a fucking unbelievable game. Nobody wants to hear that. It's not good TV. But if it's a requirement of where the referee gets interviewed for every game, no matter what happens into it, and we always hear from them, and we always
it's all about the money, isn't it?
This is a decision. This is how it worked. This is why I gave it, whether it was good. And then obviously those bad ones as well. This is the reason why I didn't get the penalty because it was side to side or it was shoulder to shoulder and then he got him behind him, whatever it was.
So do you think they should be like kind of made jump in on the press conferences after for 5 minutes maybe? And if there's any questions, like I mean, he could have a great game and come into the press conference and people just say, okay, how did you feel about that game or whatever, and then he'd be just like, oh yeah, it went very well, blah blah blah. But then you kind of just keep doing that, but then you get that one moment where a ref has made a fuck up and you can kind of call him in and go, okay, justify yourself on this one.
Well, maybe not immediately after the game, as in like walk in like players do. Have a debrief, but if a player fucks up at the weekend, during the week, he'll be asked by some press what happened, or his manager will be asked by some press what happened about it. So if it's a case of where the assessor who was looking at the game, the referee assessor comes out and says he was wrong, he shouldn't have done this. But we never see referees get slapped in the hand. It never happens. We never see.
The odd time you'll see a ref getting dropped down a league, maybe. Rarely in the Premier League.
It's not announced. It's not.
No.
It's not the manager of the Referees Association coming out and saying Kevin Friend had a stinker last weekend, and for that reason he's dropped for this weekend, and where he's going.
Yeah, but you wouldn't see that happening in a football team either. That'd be bad management to be calling people out like that.
Players do get called out on it.
The managers are told then that it's bad man management because you shouldn't be doing that. Like all the best managers ever would never call their squad out.
No, they don't want to call it out, but they're still asked the question. We don't get the questions asked. No one goes to the head of the Referees Association on a Monday and said, thing was shite at the weekend. Explain why. He can defend them if he wants. That's fine. But we don't hear anything from them.
But we don't know the internal processes now of the.
I'm not saying we do, but I'm just saying if you want some more clarity, that's what's going to happen.
What I think you see more commonly than someone getting relegated to the league maybe will be like getting relegated to fourth official, where you're on the side. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it with Mike Dean a couple of times where he has had a bit of a controversial game, and then the following week he's standing there with the board or he's on the sideline. That to me I think is a bit more common, but it probably goes like you're saying there, Connor. It's not announced. Like nobody knows that that's the reason. If you could get somebody to come out and say, look, Mike Dean's on fourth official because we weren't.
But that just adds more pressure to the referee. Think about it. Like you've been demoted and it's public knowledge that you've been demoted the week before. Like you're going to make more mistakes then, or you'll be more prone to making mistakes the following week because of it.
They shouldn't make these big game mistakes. They literally have a fella who can watch the replay as many times as he wants and tell them what they want. They don't use them enough or they don't use them well enough. This is the problem. Yeah. We're not saying
you think they should use VAR more.
No, not more. Use it better. Like
but of course, but it's only the second full season in. Of course,
we have this discussion about the weekend and Everton should have been.
But this season is much better.
Went to VAR.
Last season,
VAR never looked at it.
Yeah, no, but this season looked at it, never last season. It's an evolving process. Like it is getting better. It is making the game better. Like those decisions are less likely to be bad ones as opposed to last season. Even if they notice some things that are slowing up the game or making the game bad, at least now that's been eradicated. The whole handball thing, that's been gotten rid of. So they're acting quickly enough. Maybe not as quick as we would like, but it is improving. And I think next season it'll be better again.
I think the real
referees aren't paid enough. Like if you're thinking about like publicly making them talk after the games after they've made a mistake, that's like PR training, media training. Like and then like lots more money and it should be like with the stature of the games they're reffing, they should be some sort of accountability there if they make a bad decision, absolutely, and even to discuss it, but to hold them to account publicly and then demote them or punish them the following week, I think would have a negative impact on that referee.
I don't care if it has a negative impact on them. It's their job, Paddy. If they keep making mistakes,
they shouldn't care.
But if I keep making mistakes in my job, I get sacked.
Yeah, if you keep doing if you keep doing it. But if one of these referees kept doing it and kept doing it, well then they probably would get demoted.
They don't though. How many times have we seen or come across a Mike Dean farce that's after happening?
When was the last time he's reffed in the championship because of it? Never. Like
he doesn't get that because of who he is. Like that's. There's problems behind it. I have no problem with people making mistakes as long as people can come out and own up to a mistake. They don't own up to mistakes.
Mike Dean shags chickens anyway.
He does.
Just throwing that out there. But the whole like the VAR, Paddy, you're saying like that accountability side of things. Do you not think that's been completely taken away because of VAR? So there is no accountability now for that ref because he has VAR. So now it's a whole like who is VAR? Like we know it's a group of refs, but why are we not saying right? Like I know sometimes we get the odd thing, fucking Mike Dean's on VAR this week, or he's in the VAR room, whatever. Why are we not seeing more from VAR, or else having VAR explain the decisions? Because the whole thing is taken away from the ref. And I've seen
the VAR decisions are black and white, aren't they? In terms of if there's a clear and obvious error, the offsides, there's computers there to generate it. It's not like a split-second decision. The whole reason the VAR is there is to take away the I suppose the human element of it, and then to add, technology to assist the referees.
I don't like the way they do. The first thing I think is they need a massive rewrite on a lot of the rules to accommodate VAR.
But that's happening year on year. That's what I just said a while ago. Like last year to this year, there's been some massive improvements, and I think it will continue to go like that because there's constant.
There's a chance. Sorry, we're in on goal here. Off the line! Oh my god!
It's not dead yet, though.
Oh, that was Connor. Who was that? Mahrez again. But wasn't it Foden had missed the rebound? Cleared off the line.
Foden was on the rebound, yeah.
Who cleared it?
As good as Messi. Who said that?
Came out very fast. In fairness, he got
Carvajal, was it? Carvajal dropped back onto the line.
So off the post, comes back out. Yeah, Carvajal, wasn't it? Yeah. Actually, do you know what? Quite a controlled finish there from Foden. Just a very good position from the defender.
I
Sorry.
thought we were going to take half time off. I was going to go get a beer at half time, and you fucking.
Oh, you can go get one now. Go get one now, sure. It's an hour watch along. So, so Paddy, sorry, I'm going back to the VAR thing because it is definitely something that is massively kind. Like you were saying, it is progressing each year. Like, what do you see? What do you think at the moment? Like, you obviously think there is issues with it. What's your biggest flaw with it at the moment?
Look, I'll be honest with you. Like, you have been sitting here and, you know, well, slating referees saying that they should be accountable, they should be coming out. Absolutely. But it should work both ways. Like, I think the abuse referees have gotten. Yeah. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to stick up for the referees. Like, if you look at all, like, the pressure from the teams around them, like, constantly.
Atletico Madrid is a prime example.
Yeah, absolutely. That's unbelievable. Like, and they're on their own there. So the VAR coming in and everything else, it's a way to support. So it's like there's the two teams and then there's the team of referees as well, which is good to see, you know. And
but that's all they've got.
But that's why as well, like it's very hard to just put the referee to account now. So what type of decision can a referee be fundamentally he is the only one that's wrong for that, or is it the whole refereeing team that's wrong?
Well, I would say, like, look, VAR I think has taken away a lot of that, where you can nearly pull players up and now say, like, okay, right, that was a free back there, we pull that back, we give a free kick against it. My issue with it now is like this whole thing of the start of the play. So say there's a foul, and then there's a little bit of a break from it, and then there's another kind of attack. Like, that ref has to give that foul. Can't wait to, like, he has to give that foul at the right moment. If he doesn't give that foul, it goes on to the next phase of play, and that foul has been forgotten about, and then all of a sudden they go up and they score. So them type of decisions, or them type of decisions would be the ones that
are they not doing that to
really
get the game flow better? Yeah,
like it is to try let the game flow better, but at the end of the day, VAR really isn't letting the game flow better. I think this whole thing, the offsides, where they're not putting the flag up and they're allowing it to run 30 seconds before a flag goes up, is absolutely madness. Like, anything can happen in them 30 seconds.
But what if the linesman got it wrong and the game stops? This is why they're doing it.
Yeah, there is marginal decisions, but there is
one and not do it for them all.
Oh, no, I think you can. I think it has to be I think they should say, right,
there's so much involved, Collie. One goal could be the difference in millions and millions of euro for a club. So logically, if they do it for every decision, that's just the rule, and that's it. They can't do it, because imagine one where there's a player down in the corner that the linesman doesn't see, puts his flag up, puts the forward off or the defender off, and it causes either a goal or him not to score. And there'd be fucking uproar because of that one decision. They don't notice the thousands of decisions they got right. They notice the one decision they got wrong. And
because the one that they got wrong usually is one that leads to a goal, and that's the one that's noticed. Is the one that happens.
This is what VAR has eliminated now, and this is what the new thing where the flag is kept down because play continues, and then it can go to offside, and they'll check it on VAR. And there's no interruption in the play.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think the ones that are like blatantly obvious, I think the lino should have. He should have preference. If that lino puts up the flag, it's offside, right? I think that lino has to take responsibility. I know we want to take the whole human side of it out of it because it'll probably work better with technology, but they still have a job to do. They're getting paid. If that's going to be the case, don't have any.
They are doing their job. They're just waiting to put the flag up.
I don't like that though. I just don't like that. I don't like that delay. And I know what you're saying. Yeah. So sorry. What I think is, if it's blatantly obvious, it's 3-1. Phil Foden, as I said, Messi. Leo Messi has done it with a header, another header. What a ball across, by the way. Standing in the middle of the fucking 6-yard box on his own.
Straight bikes.
Can I just throw it out there that I actually want Man City to win the Champions League? Just trying.
Well, it's better than Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't.
I was waiting for that. I'd rather see the final anyway in Madrid
or Villarreal.
Villarreal. If Liverpool don't win it, I want to see good evening
Could they have been in? Imagine he won it.
No,
Pretty
that's
unreal,
not.
that would. It's not
That's
gonna
not.
happen. Great fucking ball in. Fernandinho, was it?
Fernandinho.
Oh, hello. Bend it like Fernandinho. It's a great header as well. Headed it
Carvajal
downward.
losing his man.
Yeah. Just done something magnificent there 5-10 minutes ago, and now he's after making balls of that.
He let him come inside. Never let him come inside.
Never come inside.
No.
Sorry, Paddy, did
Paddy's like, no.
no.
Not again. Not again.
I concur.
Yeah.
Sorry, what I was trying to get at, Paddy, was the blatantly obvious offsides. I think they has to go up. Like the flag has to go up. Don't let that play out.
But those blatantly obvious ones, and I understand what you're saying, but say there's a defender over in the corner the linesman just didn't see, and he's thinking, yeah, that's offside there straight away, blatant human error. They're getting rid of the human error. That's all they're doing.
To me, the human error is not putting the flag up.
Sorry?
To me, the human error is not putting the flag up.
But there's no human error then. Like, it's just the play continues.
There's nothing happening, like.
Yeah, but the play continues. It's a couple of seconds. Play continues.
Guardiola's going to get sent off here, is he?
What's the point in linos then?
What do you mean? What's the point? No, but yeah, well, it is becoming a thing that's being eradicated. Or it probably will be eventually for the top games where you won't need a linesman anymore.
Which is
lines person. Or
Lines person, yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's evolution. Like the game is evolving, and this is probably what will happen with technology.
So
eventually,
like
you might have any referees.
So like you're obviously a supporter of VAR, Paddy.
I'm a supporter of trying new things to improve the game.
Shut up, Paddy.
Here for Real Madrid.
Vinny Jr.
Vinny, hello, it's 3-2. What is he doing? Why is he not closed down? This is outrageous.
The man with the ball is the most dangerous person on the pitch.
And he literally ran about 40 yards with the ball with nobody attacking him and two defenders just dropping off. 99 pace on FIFA. So Paddy, you're in favour of VAR and that kind of what it's going to be developing
because
into.
I think it's much better. No, like last season, no, but this season it's much better. And once it keeps evolving in that fashion, so it's getting better and better. Yeah, absolutely. I think. It's
you're for getting rid of the linos.
No,
you
said to me what's their use. Maybe eventually they won't be needed anymore because with the cameras and all, they're really not needed anymore. They're not. Like the only thing they can be useful for is a tackle now that the referee might have a view of on that side. So if that's the case, then you have a linesman on either side. Like on both, like 4 linesmen.
Lines person.
So my question to you then about that is, do you not just let every tackle go and then just say, right, well, we're letting every
fucking... No.
And then Paddy, you let every tackle go and you have a fella sat like that.
Never seen a Paddy power. It's looking deadly. Look, Paddy, I get what you're saying about the whole evolution of the game and stuff like that, but there is certain aspects to it that I just still believe are really need either an upgrade in what they're doing with it or else a rewrite of the rules to adapt to VAR.
But lads, do you not think the changes made from over last season to this season have made it much better?
I just think they're doing it a bit quicker.
People hated it last year.
I hated it. Could not stand it. And this year, this season I celebrated a Chelsea goal 3 times, and I think the game finished in a lot. Or whatever it was.
But should they have been ruled off the goals?
No comment.
Is that the cup final, is it?
What?
Is that the cup final? The Lukaku offside, but not offside?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a fucking joke. It was the bleeding FA Cup final with Liverpool and Chelsea.
Cup.
Or Carabao Cup, sorry. With Liverpool and Chelsea. No, actually, hold on a minute. That was not offside. That fucking Lukaku goal was not offside.
You've got him, Paddy. It
wasn't offside. No way.
You've got him. Get the net.
Now, come on, I'll go back to the fucking chat in the WhatsApp group. There was no way that was offside, and everybody agreed.
VAR, man. VAR. Technology.
It was offside.
Fucking technology, load of bollocks. Lads, back onto this Everton and Chelsea match. Sorry, we'll leave VAR for now. So we talked about, obviously, Frank. So let's talk a little bit about Chelsea. I know you are dying to jump at this. Paddy, I'm going to let you take the floor on this because you had a lot to say to me earlier. Get it all out of your system.
No, it's more. Let me present this and ask you the questions because I'd like to understand.
Okay.
And take off the fucking stupid fan head and be honest with how things have went since Christmas time for Chelsea, because you haven't been the same club you were. Something happened. I'd like to know what it is. Is it the whole Abramovich thing that have knocked things off?
A war in Ukraine has happened. Yes.
No, is that what has affected their form?
And City and Liverpool are still unreal. So
no, I tell you what, right? I have been questioning some of Thomas Tuchel's team selections over the last couple of weeks. In terms of the likes of Malang Sarr, in my opinion, isn't good enough to play for Chelsea. Ruben Loftus-Cheek isn't good enough to play for Chelsea. We have a fully fit squad there, but I genuinely think he's just trying to rotate players. We are struggling defensively, I think. Thiago Silva, look, Rudiger as well. I have to actually put a lot of it down to Rudiger. He's been wild in the last couple of games. And obviously this whole contract situation. Yeah, he is gone. He's pretty much confirmed for Real Madrid, yeah. But it seemed to me like his performances slightly dropped because he wasn't concentrating on the games. And he was wild with some of the defending. I think it was only 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was... who did we play? Who beat us? Who spanked us? Watford, was it?
Brentford,
sorry. And the defender between him and Rudiger, Silva and Rudiger, was shocking. Now, it wasn't actually Silva. It was Rudiger swinging his leg at the ball like an absolute lunatic. So, defensively, we haven't been as solid, which we always were. Reece James was, again, a big part of that, I think, because we lose massively when he's not there. We also, look, I'm not going to say Chilwell because Chilwell's been out for the majority of the season, so that's not an option. Yeah, I don't know. It's
let me ask you.
Lack of goals. I think a lack of a final third is
a couple of questions. Would you sell Lukaku? Quick fire.
Yes.
Werner.
Right price.
No.
Right. Chelsea, you always say they want instant success. They were the club that if it's not working out, they'll just get rid. If you finish the season now, losing the FA Cup final, finishing kind of poorly in the league in terms of where you were, how long do you give Tuchel next season? And what would your expectations be next season?
Sacking managers again.
Yeah, you could come back to sacking managers. No, I think Tuchel obviously is going to be there regardless of what happens. We could lose every single game for the rest of the season, and Tuchel will still be there this season, or next season.
No, but yeah, that's for next season expectations.
Oh, here we go.
Because they'll only get one more season if they don't win.
Sorry, it's just an attack. Oh, it's good defending. Look, it depends on how bad he starts off next season and what happens. It's hard to tell if he gets in a couple of players that he wants. So if he gets, to be honest with you, Chelsea probably aren't going to be able to sign anyone because.
What's success for you next season?
Top 4, to be honest. I just think the gap is way too big between City and Liverpool. And I did think, I will be honest, I did think at the start of the season, looking at how Chelsea, I was more impressed with Chelsea last season. Obviously, we won the Champions League. But at the start of last season, the way they were playing was, I thought, unbelievable. And I had said it on the podcast and everyone was kind of laughing. No one really took notice. And I used to always say to this thing, none of you watched Chelsea enough to have an opinion. And I used to always say that. And in fairness, a couple of you did say, yeah, I've probably only watched them once or twice. But regularly watching them and seeing the way they performed and seeing how they control the game, I think they only really got the credit they deserved after winning the Champions League. And then all of a sudden, all the eyes were on them. So it was almost as if they were playing without pressure the season before. This season, they've been a little bit found out, I suppose.
And where do they need to strengthen in the summer? What positions would you like to see them strengthening in?
The owner.
Definitely, to be honest with you, yeah, an owner would be a nice start. Someone with a hefty bank account, Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams in that consortium. defensively, it's going to be an issue for us next season. We're losing Rudiger. Look, I know he hasn't been playing great the last couple of weeks, but again, that's all down to contract issues. Hopefully, he can just get that sorted. We all know he's leaving now at this stage. I think he should just come out and say, "Look, I'm leaving Chelsea." I think the fans would appreciate that more rather than just leaving it and then just gone. Get a chance to say goodbye and thank you to him. I think the fans deserve that, and he would like that.
It seems like he's waiting for the cup final, to be honest.
Yeah, and in fairness, it's fair enough. It is fair enough, but I do want him to come out very quickly and say he's gone, which I think is pretty obvious. But we're gonna lose out massively defensively with him going. Look, Thiago Silva again, quality defender, regardless of his age. He's 37, but again, he is going to be 38 next year, so that's going to be keeping him fresh. Is going to be difficult. He's the most experienced defender we have.
We just signed Harry Maguire.
There was a thing I seen today.
Paddy trying to offload him for a few quid.
There was a thing I seen today or the other day that Chelsea were close to an agreement of a deal with Harry Maguire.
50 paying double dip.
The agreement was that he would never sign for them.
2 curly whirlies and a fucking packet of crisps. I wouldn't take Harry Maguire now. To be honest with you, I'd rather play fucking Jorginho centre back. So yeah, I think defensively we're gonna really struggle. I think midfield we're okay. We just keep everybody there. Kovacic is one of the best midfielders in the league. Don't care what anyone says about that. And obviously Kante. Look, we lose a bit of Jorginho, I think. Controls the game well, but not much going forward.
Right. What do you think of the game of the weekend? Because I'm bored of listening to Chelsea now.
Again, this is one that I don't think fucking Chelsea even give a shit about. I think third place is pretty much secured. But I do think they'll probably win. Do you know what? Actually, I think they might draw this game. I don't think they will win. I think they're going to draw this game, and I think it's going to be 1-1. And I'm gonna say Timo Werner to score. Paddy, what do you think of it?
I do think Chelsea will be too strong for Everton. I've no hope for Everton. I really don't. Like with the squad of players that they have some real quality in there, and it's just something has gotten into the club that's rotten. And maybe they need to go down to rebuild and come back up, because it seems really bad at the club. Like last season, if you think of when the new owners came in and the amount of investment they made, Carlo was in there, everything was looking good. But if they just actually fell off a cliff and it's just gotten worse and worse. Benitez comes in, they think, oh yeah, he'll steady us up. He couldn't really save his life.
That was a shocking decision, though.
There you go. They've played pretty much the same amount of games now, or they've been in charge for the same amount of games. He has more points than Frank. Yeah. Better goal difference than Frank. More goals for than Frank. Less goals against than Frank.
Benitez and Frank had the same amount of games, did they?
I think there's three between them now. I think Benitez has had 3 more, but the average over the games that they have been in charge of.
Do you not think Benitez brings with him a negative aura, whereas Lampard doesn't have that?
Says Mr. Mourinho. Says Mr. Mourinho.
Mourinho's a fucking legend.
No, Benitez doesn't have a negative aura. Benitez has a negative aura in Everton because
that's what I mean. Like to that
Liverpool.
Club. Yeah. To that club, like I don't think Lampard has that.
No,
so do you think then that Benitez started the Raw?
Yeah,
the real Raw. I mean, definitely. Because, but why was he got in? Who was sacked before him?
Ancelotti, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So what
happened there?
Ancelotti left for Real Madrid.
He left, or was he sacked?
No, he left.
Ancelotti started the rut because Ancelotti brought players in under the pretenses that he would be in charge. And he left. He left James Rodriguez in this shit. He left Richarlison in this shit. He left Calvert-Lewin in this shit. I don't know if these players are. Well, obviously some of them aren't there anymore. Some of them are, but they're obviously lied to by the manager who said, "I'm going to be here next season," and he fucking walked off. So, not the best way to leave a club,
Yeah.
There was rumors of James Rodriguez being a transvestite that were going around online. Don't know if you've seen any of them. apparently there was rumours of him being a transvestite.
That's how much Ancelotti fucked him up.
Yeah, and he wasn't coming back to football, and apparently he was going back to fucking Colombia or something to get surgery. That was genuinely a rumour that I heard about.
Oh my god!
What?
So does he just want to dress up in women's clothes, or does he want to become a woman?
No, apparently he wants the full shebang. Like,
oh, okay.
I don't know how true that is. That could be like completely wrong, but that's what I heard.
Fair play to him. We support all that here and Beyond the Ball. Well done.
Yeah, we're very inclusive here, including from
Yeah.
Rob Walker, who was already. Theo Walcott started he's already referring back to Arsenal. Look, Theo Walcott is just the most underachieving player, I thought. At bags of talent, could have been to me just another typical English winger who got overhyped with media and just let it get to his head and didn't.
Injuries again, though, wasn't it?
Here's a goal.
No, he's offside.
No,
is out of play.
Injuries. I don't think there was many at Arsenal, was there? Rob could probably correct me on that, but I didn't think there was many injuries early on with Arsenal. I thought it was more when he kind of left and went Everton and stuff like that. Could be wrong on that one. Sorry, Paddy, did you give a score prediction on this?
No, I think Chelsea will win. I think it'll be 2-0 to Chelsea, and I'm going to go for Werner as well, same as yourself.
Right, so Conor, what do you reckon?
Yeah, fuck Everton. 2-0 Chelsea and Kai Havertz.
Yeah, he fucking could have scored last week, couldn't he? Fucking have him as me fucking captain in fancy football. Right, lads, on to the next game. Spurs and Leicester. Juicy hell fixture. This one probably not. All right. Look, Spurs doing the Spurs and just being classic fucking flops. Paddy, how do you see this one going for them on the weekend? Again, you always kind of bring it up on the Leicester side of things, and you've been massively underimpressed with Leicester this season. Slating Brendan Rodgers.
When does he get the bullet?
Don't know.
Collie, sorry to cut across. I've just checked out Theo Walcott's injury history. He basically missed 2 full seasons at Arsenal with different kind of injuries. He's got 2 pages of injuries on transfermarket.com.
Almost as bad as fucking Diaby.
Yeah. There's like.
So yeah. What years were they in
between 2008 and 2017? He essentially missed 17. He essentially missed 85 games.
Okay, so 2017, right? Fair enough. That's kind of the later part of it, like, but 2007. But yeah, but look, a massive gap there in between, like, do you know what I mean? So there's not a.
Oh no, sorry, there was loads of injuries in between. That was the time he was at Arsenal and he was getting injured. He had a.
Oh, sorry, we have a comment in there from Rob. Collie, more importantly, you do the box on Saturday, any chance of a notification. That's where you subscribe and hit the little bell notification icon thing on YouTube there, Robert, and you will be notified every time we go live. There you go, there's a little tip for you.
Even though some of them you have to watch Paddy and Collie play Blade and Halo.
Yeah, that'd be a good one though. No, not on YouTube. It hasn't been on YouTube, only Twitch. You only get that stuff on Twitch. There's massive content going up there now in the next couple of weeks. So Conor, come here, talk to me about. Sorry, Paddy, we're going back to you about Brendan Rodgers. Sorry, that was enough from you, Paddy.
As I was saying, like I was putting the question to you, is how long does Rodgers get? Because I honestly believe with he bottled it the last 2 seasons for the Champions League. They had a perfect opportunity for getting in. They were in pole position. He bottled it. And now this season, it's just been a disaster for them. Now, I know we're in the semi-finals of the Europa League.
So if he wins that, Paddy, are you saying, right, great, successful season?
Absolutely.
Or are you still saying underachieving?
If Leicester win the Europa League, absolutely, yeah.
You have to say that because United are the fucking merchants that win or get to the final.
If they win it, absolutely, it's a good season. But if they don't win it, like
he's only saying that because they're going to be in it next season, and he's trying to pick it up for next season.
I hope they're not. I hope United go down low enough so Wolves and West Ham go above us, and we're not in any European competitions next
You'll
season.
be in the conference then.
No, not if West Ham go and Wolves go above us. It's only the top 7 teams go into Europe. Come on, stat man.
I wouldn't know. I'm not really fighting in around 8 spots.
Yeah. We don't take notice of that type of position. But surely, like, the club has to have European football. Are you gonna attract people if you have no?
What are we talking about now?
European
We're talking
football?
about towards Leicester or United?
United. Just on your comment there saying that you'd rather finish way below so you don't get into Europe. Would you not like? Is that not like going to be a massive hindrance to try and get these big money signings that Ten Hag is talking about?
Everyone wants to play in the Conference League.
But it's Europe. No? Oh my God, we have a goal.
Oh, the goal.
Oh, fuck.
How did we just fucking miss that?
Bernardo.
Oh my days. Hold on a second. Sorry, looks just went in there. Brendan Rodgers bottled the Paddy. Look at Leicester squad plays.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay. I'll have a look. What do you want me to do then?
I'll have a look
What's step two of these instructions?
The squad is dirt, in fairness.
Are we going to get a replay of this
goal? The last 2 seasons when he bottled the Champions League twice, but like he bottled the league with Liverpool. He's a bottler.
They haven't been great, the squads. I agree, because Rob brings us up every week because he wants them in charge of Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Look at that advantage from the referee.
Oh, jeez.
Look at that advantage. He's about to give any plays on. Now, look at this, right? Here's my thing. Camavinga just stopped there because he's seeing the whistle going up to the referee's mouth.
And the linesman, that's why the linesman doesn't put his flag up anymore.
Live person, Paddy. We can't say that we agree with James James Rodriguez being a transvestite, and you're going to say that. Why is Courtois ducking?
So,
Courtois ducked.
This is a massive fuck up now, right? So what do we do? Does this get called back because the ref was about to put the whistle up and say, no, you were about to blow that whistle. The player stopped. You've affected play here. The player beside fucking Bernardo stops.
You play to the whistle. You don't play to when the ref puts it in his mouth.
But VAR.
What about
VAR?
Yeah. Put it in his mouth and then stop. Here's another goal.
Oh. Conor, my new best mate. So look, we're gonna get score predictions on this one, Paddy. How do you see this going for him at the weekend? Look, obviously we know Spurs and United are in that fucking. Well, United aren't really in the little dogfight for Spurs and Arsenal. Yeah. So they're in the. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that's outrageous. Mahrez.
It's 3 now for him. Fucking hell.
So Paddy, sorry. How do you see this one go?
I see Spurs winning it. They've been on a good run now.
No wins
overall, over the last 10 games. They
he knew I was going to dive in.
Didn't even understand that. Look, he's getting so excited. Shut up.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. That's why.
It's Squidward. So I think Spurs will win it. I think 2-1 and Kane to score.
Nice one. Connor, what do you reckon? How do you think this one's going to go?
Spurs in a good run recently with no winning too. I am going to back a 1-1 draw and say Harvey Barnes.
You think 1-1? You don't think the Spurs are going to win?
No.
And do you think Arsenal are going to get fourth?
Jesus, they're all trying to fucking throw it away, aren't they? But
yeah, nobody wants it.
I can see Arsenal beating Spurs in the derby. I think that's the deciding game, really.
Who's at home for that?
Arsenal is what I want to say, but I'm not sure.
Paddy, who do you think is getting fourth?
Spurs.
Think Spurs?
Yeah.
Controversial.
Fixtures. Spurs are at home.
Imagine
12 of May.
Champions League final and West Ham Leicester Europa League final.
Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be nice.
I
do hope West Ham.
Those teams, 4 English teams in 2 finals.
I don't think so. I'd be very surprised. Definitely not the 2 English teams in the Europa.
Yeah.
Can't be 2 English teams in Europa.
What? Chelsea, Arsenal. Remember Chelsea beat Arsenal in the Europa like 4-0.
Oh yeah, but I know. But like this year there can't be 2 in the Europa because Thing are in the conference. West Ham are in the Europa League.
Oh, they're in the other one.
Leicester in the conference.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, Leicester. It's West Ham against Eintracht Frankfurt, and the other game is Rangers against.
Oh, apologies. I thought Leicester were in the semis of the second.
No, they're in the semis of the conference.
Oh,
Like,
right.
lads,
It'd
let's
be
call
great
a
to
spade.
have one in each final.
Oh, let's call it a spade
Yeah,
a spade. This conference is absolute bollocks. Like,
Yeah.
It's a new Intertoto Cup.
it's a load of fucking horseshit. Like, fuck off, Gabriel.
Is it being brought in as a? So what happens now? Is that still applicable when the new Champions League format starts? Is that next season, the new Champions League format?
No,
24.
24, 25.
Oh, right.
It's not for another 2 years.
So so that's a preamble to the new Champions League starting. So we're going to go into 2024. We're going to have maybe the Europa League will be gotten rid of because we're going to have extra teams in the Champions League.
Ooh, could be.
I reckon they'll get rid of the conference and they'll keep the Europa League, and it'll just be lower teams.
Move it down. Yeah.
They'll fill
But
it up.
I'm just
Because
thinking about the conference being so new.
Yeah, but they still need to have somewhere for Dundalk to go for fucking 4 nights a fucking year. On a European holiday.
Yeah.
Rovers. You might get yourself over to bleeding Latvia or something for a game.
Azerbaijan,
Harvest me organs or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Bucharest for a weekend.
Looking up the tickets for Azerbaijan, couldn't even fucking find them. Like, it's ridiculous it was. Oh, here's an attack. Here we go. Kareem the Dream. Kareem the Dream with a great ball on the cross. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's doing everything right. Comment in, Cody, get that Adidas top off you now. Spurs to finish 4th from an Arsenal fan. This is my favourite Chelsea top that I have, by the way.
Yeah, but he's just doing that thing where he says, I can't say Arsenal are going to go up. I get it.
Captain's armband. Captain's armband, Rob. Just want to show you this Captain's armband signed by John Terry. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it is. It's all I wear sometimes.
How'd you get that
from John Terry?
It's not signed by John Terry. That's scribbled by his man.
Fucking signed by John Terry.
Scribbled by your man.
Handball.
It is a very bad
That's me a penalty. He's giving it.
A pen. We have a pen. This is an absolutely ridiculous game. Why are these two teams even in this?
Real Madrid will be rubbing their hands when they get out a 4-3 here.
Kareem the Dream. Pep is fucking deflated now after this.
What a game. Holy shit.
If Madrid can get out 1 goal behind, they'll be fucking delighted.
Yeah, they'd be laughing. But Jesus Christ. Like,
was it though? Was it?
Very unlucky. His head first, but why is his hand there?
Handball. It is.
Why is his hand there?
It's very unlucky.
It's definitely a handball.
Why is he bringing his hand up? Like, that's almost like a
little teapot.
Yeah. Is he giving him a card? I thought he was bleeding sending him off there.
He was going to get yellow.
So we're in the 80th minute. We have a pen. God, that's Paddy's signature all day. It is a very bad signature. I did win it on a competition that John Terry ran on Instagram.
But your dad ran. You paid him 50 quid.
Yeah. But yeah. Very, very happy with that. Here we go.
Your dad won it.
Yeah, my dad won it. I won it.
This is like when you were a kid and your man dad sent you a Valentine's Day card. And they just
it's like with the goldfish guys and say, "Oh, we got a friend from or we got something else."
Got a friend from
whatever.
I think Conor just kind of sitting there going, "Those Valentine's Day cards weren't from girls."
I'm still getting them.
Oh my God! He's done a panika. He's an absolute filthy animal.
Oh.
How is he
dirty man?
I thought it was going over for a second. He
is a filth bag.
Absolute horn.
Oh my God. The lesbian in goal, just absolutely disgusted by that one. Of course, we are acceptance of all types of sexualities. Oh, lads, that's filthy. That is filthy.
That is naughty, isn't it?
Fair play to him. Lads, let's get me some
balls.
Oh yeah, his balls. It's like Randy Marsh jumping around on his own balls.
Oh yeah.
Score prediction on this one. Conor, did you give me one?
Yeah, 1-0.
All right. I'm going to say Spurs are going to win this one, lads. I'm going to go with 2-0 to Spurs. And I'm going to say Son to score because I don't have him in my fancy. I took him out and he's banging goals in. And I'm not going to put him in. So I hope he scores. I hope he doesn't score. but I'm going to say he's going to score because of him, right?
Move on.
Do you know what I mean?
On.
Right, lads.
Listen to that. Holy shit. That was very complicated.
An aneurysm.
This one is actually probably one of the games of the week, and then that's embarrassing. West Ham and Arsenal, lads. Look, obviously we've spoke in depth about the two, just about where the position is and what they're fighting for. How do you see this one going? Paddy, I'll come to you. Do you see West Ham putting up a massive fight against Arsenal, or can you see Arsenal being too good for them? And obviously, like we said, it comes to different stages where teams are now playing for certain things, and Arsenal are really fighting for that Champions League spot now. I know West Ham are within the shout, but probably not.
Yeah, but West Ham are still fighting for a Europa League spot as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's loads to play for. And I think David Moyes will have he'll really, really want to win this game. Like every game, I suppose. But I mean, he wants to finish the season strongly. He wants to keep momentum going, especially for the Europa League. So he won't want to be losing games. Absolutely not. This is a derby. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think West Ham might pip Arsenal because Arsenal's inconsistency. I think is what makes me pick Spurs over Arsenal, because it's like they're just on a bit of a run. Yeah, they're doing great, and then they just play absolutely terrible. So I'm going to go West Ham win 2-1. I think Arsenal will score and Antonio will score first.
Paddy, I have to admit, at the start of the season, were you not massive advocates of Arsenal?
Yeah.
And the tune has changed big time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, his goal! Oh, my God. Absolute sitter.
Corner.
Yeah, I thought their inconsistency is bad. Are they better than they have been in previous seasons? Not as good. I thought they'd be much better because of no European football. I thought they'd have a lot more time to focus on each game to prepare. I thought that's what Arteta needed because he was a very technical coach. But I'm not seeing the progress I thought I was going to at the start of the season. But again, he's not going anywhere. I think he will improve again next year. But yeah, what can I say? I was wrong at the start of the season.
I don't know. I think they've probably done better than I've expected them to do. Like, I was probably expecting Arsenal to be 6th, 7th at this stage. Like, I wasn't actually expecting them to be in that kind of position now. Looking at their squad with a very kind of underwhelming squad, but now kind of people are stepping up to the plate. The likes of Smith Rowe, the likes of Saka, who are all showing that they've a bit of talent. Look, they lost Aubameyang midway, which isn't ideal, and they've still kind of held their own to an extent. Rob says solid draw, 2-2 or 2 average teams. So Rob's gone with the draw, and being an Arsenal fan. So sorry, Paddy, did you give me a prediction?
I did 2-1 to West Ham because it's in West Ham. West Ham are at home, so 2-1 to West Ham, and Antonio to score first.
Okay, Connor, what you think?
West Ham have been disappointing in the league, not so far, but recently, I should say. And yeah, I agree with Paddy there. Arsenal's inconsistencies don't help, and this is probably one of those games on paper that looks like Arsenal are going to lose the same way like Southampton recently enough as well, where they got bashed. But they played well against United. Not that hard. It didn't.
Norwich played well against United.
It didn't take much for them to turn over United, but I watched the game the week before against Chelsea. I thought Arsenal this is probably one of the best games Arsenal have played in the last couple of years. Not because Chelsea didn't play particularly well. They probably still could have beat them if they were on their day. But they did what they had to do. They saw the game out in the end, even though they struggled halfway through it. They're professional. This is a game that I fancy Arsenal to win and then hopefully put the pressure on West Ham so they have to go and beat City next week. So I'm going to back Arsenal. I'm going to say 2-0 and I'm going to say Emil Smith Rowe.
Okay, just another name from Rob there. Paddy, it's concerning that anybody would believe in Arteta, much like Rory, deeply concerning.
Look, Arteta won the FA Cup with Arsenal. I just thought they'd kick on. No European football, what they needed, because they were playing in the Europa League for so many years, Thursdays and the weekends. I just thought was stopping any progression. But yeah, again, I was wrong.
Again, I'm sorry. So lads, this, to be honest with you, does have a draw row all over for me as well. And a high scoring draw. I'm gonna go.
Routing.
Not
routing all over.
What did I say?
Row all over it.
No, I'm gonna say row. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm sticking with it. Lads, draw row all over this one. 2-2 draw. I'm going with, and I'm going to say Souček to score for West Ham. Now is the moment we all want. The last game, Manchester United versus Brentford.
Save the worst for last, huh?
Paddy, obviously, big news coming out this week that United have obviously agreed a deal with Ten Hag to take over as manager. What is your initial thoughts on Ten Hag taking over?
It feels like it was announced about 4 months ago or something. I don't know. Every week is like a year following United now. It really is.
So what's your thoughts on him coming in?
To be honest, I have no idea. I can't say. I don't watch Ajax ever. I don't know what the Dutch league is like. So I can't even.
A lot of United fans will claim they're hardcore.
I know that. I know, but I'm not one of them. I'm not, and I'm gonna admit it now that I'm gonna say, like, people, like, I've read stories where they say he's very progressive and stuff. Blah blah blah. He was in the youth academy.
He says it in person.
He was in the youth academy at Bern when Pep was there, which that means jack shit. He was Steve McLaren's assistant at FC20 when they won the league. So to be honest with you, pedigree of coach, I don't know. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. Dutch coach has never really done well in the Premier League. I've lost all hope really. Like, I'll always support him, you know.
Makes him perfect, Jesus.
But whether it's this manager or the next manager, I don't know. I still would have probably picked Pochettino.
So 1 or 2 questions, right? So there's talk of a transfer budget of 200 million being the number. Do you think he can get what he needs to get with 200 million?
I think it's more important to get out. I think it's going to take 3 or 4 transfer windows. To be honest with you, finishing anywhere fighting for the top 4 would be a big win for me for the 4th season. I just want to see a massive rebuild, because I think that's why I think you need to get every bit of mold out of that dressing room so it never grows again. You need a complete rebuild. So the image of all those past bad teams is completely gone, and there's no more like an absolutely an image of say if he's the new manager now and he has the tactical know-how to get United to where they need to be, it needs to be completely his squad. No previous manager squads, no Mourinho, no Van Gaal, no Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, no Alex Ferguson. Like the likes of De Gea, you can see he wants to win for the club and he wants to perform for the club. You know, the likes of him keep him there. Fred, McTominay, there's a handful. There's not.
No, it's not. It's a child.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Here's a streaker now. Here's a streaker.
I go, lads. We have a streaker, and the camera turns on. It's a little fucking child. I'm not a pedophile. Sorry about that.
He wishes he was streaking.
Sorry, Paddy. So touching on what you were saying there, where you want just Ten Hag's full squad and like only him.
And I would rather him see because we've got a talented youth squad there.
But what I want to ask you, is the likes of the backroom staff with Carrick, with like even
Carrick's
the top
gone
of
ages. Carrick's gone ages.
Phelan. Phelan. The
Flecker.
likes of fucking Rangnick there, who was apparently going up into the board. I don't know whether that's even being confirmed or not. Would you like to see all them go, or would you like them to be there? I'd like
the manager to have. I'd like the manager to have the power to make those decisions.
Yeah.
If he thinks
Steve McLaren is coming home.
Rangnick came out last week and he said contract's only a 2-year contract. If the new manager comes in and he doesn't like me or the position I'm going to have in the club, well then I shouldn't be here and I'm not going to stay here. So fair fucking play to him. Like, but I think it's been refreshing listening to Ragnick over the last while and how much he's called out the players after every game and in every press conference. He really has started to say, like, this squad is just shit. Like, we need open heart surgery and all. Like, we need 10 players gone. Like, it's great to hear. Like, it's not great because it's the squad is shit.
Reality.
But,
it's reality.
But it's good that somebody's actually finally just because he doesn't give a shit. He knows he's not the manager now. So he's just saying, yeah, these are all wankers.
Is it not a little bit of a pass the blame thing as well, which is never going to work?
But I never thought he was going to be a good manager. No. I think what like the best you can hope from him is that he can pass on the knowledge of the poison in that dressing room to the new manager, so he can get rid of it. Yeah. And then maybe he will be involved in helping with the signings or the vision of how they want to play and buying players that fit the style of play, because the last thing I want them to do is get this 200 million, buy fucking Haaland and the most expensive defender that's out there that's available, and then that's nearly the 200 million gone. I'd rather see them spending that 200 million on 8 or 10 players, you know, because there's always going to be get rid of that United tax, so that when United come in, oh yeah, we'll stick an extra 20 million on. Get rid of that, go for players.
I don't think that's going to be a possibility. Because even them players you're saying, get 8 or 10 players, you're probably paying 20, 30 million for a player that you probably pick up for 10, 15.
But the majority of the people we've been signing have not been players. It's nearly we're happy to have them in terms of they're bigger than the club. I want to sign players that
need to prove something.
Yeah, and it's they're amazed to play. I'm here at Manchester United. I'm going to prove myself, and I'm so appreciative to play for this great club. Not be they signed me for 80 million or 100 million. I'm bigger than the club. Fuck off. Get out. Yeah. I don't want you there.
So, looking at kind of, obviously, we're talking about the backroom side of things. The players, who, if you're the manager, are you telling get rid of them? I want your full list of players. Who would you get rid of?
I'll only go from all right, okay. De Gea you'd keep. At the back, Wan-Bissaka, you might keep him as a bench player. I don't think we have a good wing back whatsoever. I think Dalot is no use. I think Tellez is no use. Shaw I'd keep Shaw. Wan-Bissaka I wouldn't keep. So those 3 I'd get rid of. Dalot maybe I'd keep as a squad player, but Tellez and Wan-Bissaka would be gone. In the centre, then Maguire would be gone, Jones would be gone. But something must be happening in training with Boy, because he can't buy himself a game, so he'd be gone.
Can't buy himself a game.
I was going to say a minus that.
Lindelof and I said Maguire would be gone. Lindelof and Varane are probably the only 2 centre backs I'd keep, and Lindelof would only be one that I'd be using for cup games.
Varane, I'm sorry, very questionable.
Oh yeah, but that's everyone's been questionable. Like Fernandez as well has been questionable. Look at his 4th season when we finished second last year. Yeah. All right, then.
And there was a thing. There was a video I put up on TikTok. We'll be wrapping up now in the next 5-10 minutes anyway, because the match is over, so it's finished 4-3. But that was one thing that I did put up on TikTok, and it kind of triggered a couple of United fans that it said that Fernandez had kind of stepped away from that leader role because Ronaldo came in, and it was almost like he'd just given up and just allowed him. He just kept up the moaning, but then just lost the leadership and the dictation of the game. I thought.
I think it's more because you see it in Portugal as well. I think Ronaldo is Fernandez's hero.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
He's nearly in awe of him. The shadow Ronaldo brings over Fernandez is just too much to bear for him, and he can't perform under Ronaldo's shadow. So moving on to the midfield then really quick. I'd keep Fred.
McTominay is one I want to ask you about.
McTominay?
Yeah. Would you keep him?
I think he could be developed into a great midfielder. A really, really good midfielder. Absolutely. He's very, very young still. And I think he has the passion there that he wants to play for United. I'd be at least giving him another couple of seasons to see what Ten Hag can do with him. Van de Beek will be back. He played very well under Ten Hag, so I'd give him another chance. Absolutely. Fernandes is there, so that's all we need in terms of the main 4 midfielders.
You'd keep Fred, yeah.
Sorry,
you'd keep Fred.
I'd keep Fred, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would keep Fred. I think he's a good squad player. On the wings, I'm trying to think. We don't really have any wingers, really. Do we? Really?
Rashford, I suppose. He plays out left, doesn't he?
You see, yeah, I suppose. Well, this is moving up to the forwards, I suppose. Martial gone. Rashford, I'd keep. Absolutely, I'd keep Rashford, I think.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think he's one of your biggest problems.
I do.
I genuinely think
I just want to see if you're right. I wouldn't give him much more. I'd give him another season under Ten Hag and see how he gets on. Lingard, I actually think I'd like to see how, like, if he's one of the causes for the rot in Manchester United's dressing room, then he has to be gone. But with Pogba gone, maybe the influence of him, it could focus him again. Now, this is just from the outside looking in. You kind of see that there's a group of players that kind of ruined United. But he has been at United since youth level. He done well when he went out. So maybe Ten Hag can coach him well and get him playing well for United again. So I'd give him another season. Ronaldo, you'd obviously keep there, absolutely, for another season. And I think that's pretty much it. So Martial,
looking at that, Paddy, you're talking about getting
rid of 200 million to rip.
Yeah, you've got. I mean, you've got.
But they said you've got 100 million plus what we make from the sales.
Yeah, I've heard that from John Henry at Liverpool. It doesn't work out that way.
No, here I know, but this is what we're hearing in the media. Whether it's true or not is another story.
Right, lads. Look, Paddy, it was a good little insight into your thoughts on United. So we'll just get score predictions now. Connor, quickly slate them if you want. We'll come to you, Paddy, and just get your score prediction for the weekend.
They won't keep a clean sheet in anyway, but I will go for a win because Ronaldo is scoring for fun. So I'm going to go 2-1 United and Ronaldo to score.
Okay, Connor, thoughts on
it? I can't really look past Brentford or the giant killers. They're taking points off Liverpool, they're taking points off City, they've beaten Chelsea.
But they're not playing against giants, so
they're not playing against giants. You're right. it's definitely a game they're going to be up for. They're on a decent run of form. United aren't. 1-0 Brentford. Ivan Toney.
Love it. Yeah, lads. Look, just a quick one. A couple of comments in there as well. Collie, how can any genuine football supporter not have a fiver on Brentford? Like, seriously. Yeah, I think Connor touched on the being the giant killers there, and it makes sense to throw a fiver on them. Collie, will you ask Paddy, how is the Ajax manager good enough for Manchester United?
Yeah, as I said, I can't understand, or I can't really comment on how he is good enough to be picked. I would have picked Pochettino myself. So yeah, I can't answer that question. I don't know if he is going to be good enough. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
I feel pretty much the same as this listener writing in now. I feel that why is he good enough? I don't understand. Yeah, like,
well, it's almost, to me, it's almost like, Celtic and Rangers. If you're a manager, them two don't really get it. If you win the league, I probably could have done it myself. Sorry, we'll move on. Fred to be kept. Paddy, get that guitar back out. We're going to end on. Lads, look, I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Brentford. And I'm going to say Ivan Toney to score as well. Paddy, Connor, I think I just went same as you, did I? Yeah, okay. Right, lads, look, it's been a good little good episode there. Obviously, we've done the watch along, so an extended version. Hopefully, if anyone's listening on Spotify, we haven't bored you.
Like Lord of the Rings or something. Fuck me.
Yeah. Look, anybody that is listening, anyone that is watching, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, make sure you follow, subscribe, like it, and share it with your mates because, be sound. We'll be back next week. I'm not sure if there's any matches on next week. We could be doing another little watch along.
The semi-finals are on. So Liverpool,
the second legs.
I think so.
Okay. Let me just double check real quick, just so we have.
Yeah, Liverpool, Villarreal.
I may not be available next week.
Okay, well, we'll try sort something out when it comes closer to the time. We'll see.
I may not be available either, depending on how the first leg goes.
Right, so look, we'll make decisions during the week and we'll inform everyone. Again, Rob, as we were saying there earlier, if you are following us on YouTube, make sure you hit the little bell icon. That'll tell you.
Touch my bell, Rob.
Touch our bell. Touch our bell, please. Right, we'll be back at the same time next week, hopefully, and we will talk to everybody then.